Mason, aka Cough Drop, and welcome to my podcast. We hope you enjoy your time with us and come back again soon. So yeah, all right, we're good. This is it, bro.
This is it?
Yeah, this is it, bro.
Okay, so we live.
Welcome to the show.
All right, thank you for having me, man. It's actually a pleasure.
Yeah,
Uh,
you know I don't even have a name for this podcast yet.
you know, honestly, I think you need to make it the cough drop.
That's what I was thinking, bro. Like, just have it just Cough Drop.
Maybe the
cough drop?
like as in like it's like a drop. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like the cough drop because we,
Yeah,
whatever we're gonna talk about, whatever we're gonna speak about, it could be a
The
drop.
cough drop.
You know,
that sounds legit, bro.
really seriously. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's just one of those things. You know, sometimes you might want to take your time, though, because you could find something better, though. You know, that's something you might want to sleep on, think on.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro.
You know.
I'm freaking.
You don't just, it's like buying a car, bro. You don't just, oh, bro, I want this. You got to wait.
But yeah. So, how's 2023 treating you?
You know, so far, I ain't going to lie, man. It's been really good. Been trying to change a lot about myself. Been working out a lot anyway, obviously.
Yeah.
But, honestly, it's just been the same. Nothing's really changed, but things have changed. Just attitude-wise and mentality-wise. Like, it's been a good year.
Yeah.
Like already. It seems like it's just now starting or something. It is, but everyone's gonna be like, oh, it's been a good year. But no, it's usually the first of people's years are just kind of crappy. Think about it.
Has the gym been more packed for you since it's January?
Honestly, I don't go to the gym. I just go to my own personal one.
Oh yeah.
So I don't have to worry about nobody. All I have to worry about is these high school kids that come in there and like gawk at me because they're jealous of how jacked I've gotten, and then they're like, and then they work out, and I try to teach them. I train them. Dude, it's awesome. I try to help them out and like say, hey, don't work out like that. Don't do this because it's gonna strain yourself and you're gonna pull something or might hurt something. So I help them out more than I just like sit there and laugh and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and just make fun because they're young. Some kids just don't know how to work out right. And it's a small country school, so.
Do you like what you do?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's the first job I kept in a whole year. Well, now it's almost going on 2. Actually, this is going to be my 3rd if I stay. But I might be becoming a cop here soon, so yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's dope.
And so, yeah, it's like, bro, I don't know. Like, I truly, genuinely enjoy this job. I've never thought, like, a lot of people are like, wait, what? You like being a custodian? I'm like, dude, the respect I get. The kids love me. Like, they genuinely just want to follow me around, help me out. It's awesome. I'm not going to lie. It is awesome.
That sounds fun.
It really
Yeah.
is, dude. Like,
Yeah.
they seriously follow me around. They come find me just to talk to me. I'll be working and doing stuff.
So what do you think is the best part? The kids?
Honestly, yeah. Just how they honestly interact and want to, like... I've had parents come up to me at basketball games and stop me. Hey, are you Bill? I'm thinking, oh gosh, what? And they're like, thank you for whatever you said to my son, because I told him whatever you said 1,000 times and he wasn't doing it, but because it came from you, now he's doing it.
Well, that tells you something right there. Like if the kids are telling their parents about you,
Yeah.
then you're a role model to them. I mean,
I don't try. I just do the right things.
well,
I
that
don't
comes
talk-
natural to you.
Yeah, I don't talk to them about the wrong things. We've done our wrong and stuff, but I don't talk to them about that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't boast about it and tell them, hey, this is what we were doing and this is how you
Yeah.
do it. I don't boast about that stuff. I tell them, hey, get closer to the Lord if you really want to. And I said, I know you can't push that on people, so that's one thing.
Yeah.
You really just say, hey, what helped me was finding Jesus, a lot more. Hey, I have my struggles, and yes, I do struggle, but my wife helps me every single day. She is a devout Christian, and she helps me every single day, bro.
That's awesome.
I mean, every single day of my life. I mean, without her, I would not have anything.
Sounds perfect.
I mean, perfect. I
Yeah.
mean, dude, without her, I'm not kidding. I would not have anything. I wouldn't have my motorcycle, I wouldn't have my car, I wouldn't have my dogs, my house, nothing. Because I would have lived the same old casual Bill Johnson life that I would have thought was, oh, this is hip, this is cool. And when you look at it, bro, you're one of my friends that grew, and I'm still always praying for my friends. I don't sit there and talk about them. I pray for them.
That's great.
You know, because a lot of people sit there and be like, well, he's not doing this. He's not doing
Yeah.
this. I want him to do this. You know, instead of complaining, pray about
Well,
it.
it's easy to criticize, especially
Exactly.
in today's age.
Oh, man,
I
that's
mean,
all people wanna do.
especially with social media
Oh,
and
man. I deleted
everything. I
all
know you
mine.
got rid of yours.
Yeah.
What's your take on
Oh,
social
dude.
media?
It's one of those things, dude, where you might not think it's taking a lot of your life and consumption, but there's 24 hours in a day, and guess what? I bet you about over half of that, more than 50% of the population is on it about 4 or 5 to almost 6 hours a day.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Or maybe sometimes 10.
You know, it's interesting to me, too, because I'm not going to lie. When I was younger, I kind of got sucked into that creating a persona on social media
Exactly.
and having, you know...
Bro, I thought Snapchat was who I was because everyone talked through it. Now
Yeah.
that I have mine gone, I forgot I even had one.
Yeah.
I forgot until I saw it on my app store trying to download an app. I was like, oh, yeah, Snapchat does exist.
Well, I mean, it's the same for me with Twitter. I had a Twitter when I was like a freshman in high school, and then I just deleted it and never looked back.
Yeah.
And never once would I go about my day and think, oh, man, I wish I had
My
Twitter. You know?
Gosh, Twitter, man. I want to tweet so bad.
I mean, I have Instagram and Snapchat, but I think that anymore I kind of look at it more as tools than anything.
Yeah. Well, as a platform maker and stuff like that, you have to have your certain instruments and tools to actually make yourself go further. Because without that, how can you?
Yeah.
It's
and-
just kind of like talking to yourself. Unless you want to talk to yourself and your friends, which is cool, and have your own podcast. But let's be honest. I mean, you're a man that's an entrepreneur type. You take things places.
well, thanks, bro.
You always have.
Yeah.
Show me that.
Yeah.
But you take things places, but
Yeah.
you do things. You don't speak. You do.
Yeah, and another reason, well, thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I started this podcast because I've been pursuing this production type work. You know, I've been
Yeah.
running cameras at a church in Kansas
Yeah,
for over a year,
Mm.
and then I came here and I'm working down the road,
Yeah.
doing cameras there, and it's a lot of fun. I love it.
Okay, I see.
And,
I see. You show me those pictures. You're smiling and cheesing, boy.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's good people, good times, good practice. You feel like fulfilled, you know, afterwards. And I wanted to do this to kind of practice my skill set on my own.
Yeah.
I mean, getting the video, the audio, planning,
Yeah.
syncing it all up, making it nice, and making like a product.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
it's because one thing about me is when I was working in Fort Riley, I was doing help desk
Yeah.
for tech,
Yeah.
which is like, you know, someone comes in with a problem, you fix it,
Yeah,
and then they go about their day.
Yeah.
But it was working on a clock instead of working towards a goal.
See,
So, like-
yeah.
So, you know, if I have a stack of paperwork over here and this is my to-do paperwork,
Yeah.
just per se, I mean, it's all virtual, but, you know, I would complete this paperwork and put it in the finished pile,
Mm-hmm.
and I look back over and it's already full again. So it's not like you're working towards a goal, you're just working to a time period.
Yeah. You're just working.
And I don't like that. I don't feel fulfilled. I didn't feel as motivated.
I mean, you're not, bro. You don't. There's no goal towards that. It's just you have to do it. When you feel obligated as a human to do something, you're not gonna want to do it, bro.
Exactly. For any type of production, you know, you can see the finished result.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, this is what we did. We planned it.
Yep.
We did it.
We executed it.
And here it is.
And you're like, wow, that actually came out really well.
Yeah, and I love that. And that's like, you know, with anything, could be not just production. I mean, any career, any type of hobby, you know.
Yeah.
For me at least, having a goal-oriented thing is just spot on.
That's what drives me every morning, bro. When I wake up now, I say, this is the day the Lord has made, and I'll be glad and blessed in it. And I used to be, even my buddy Dakota just said it when I was just there. He was like, yeah, I didn't really notice it, but you were kind of a down kid. And I was like, yeah, well, I was sad. You know, I lost my friends when I didn't want to, but I didn't realize there was a bigger goal within that.
Right.
I didn't realize the people that God was bringing towards me.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, all the others that honestly did so much good in my life that they pushed me to become a better person and a better man, to better my body, to better my mind, to better my job, to better what I was thinking about women, to better what, you know, just anything,
Exactly.
you know?
It's funny you say that because I was thinking about this earlier today. One of my biggest pushes in 2023 is a focus towards health.
Yeah.
And I even wrote it down. Spiritual, physical, and mental health in particular.
That is awesome. You said spiritual, because spiritual is one of the best. I mean, without spiritual, you really can't even get physical or mental.
Right.
That's the crazy thing. Spiritual is your most important.
Yeah, and I mean, it's definitely given me a sense of peace. What was crazy is when I first got to Kansas, I was in a parking lot just standing there.
Yeah.
I was in this parking lot, and this dude just pulled up on me and was like, "What's up?" And I was like,
What's up?
"What's up?" You know, like, what's up? And he was like, "What are you doing this weekend?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. I literally just moved here like 2 days ago." And he was like, "Well, you want to go to church?" And I was like,
God found you even in the place you didn't even know he would.
"Yeah." So I was like, "All right, man." And I went, and it was a small church, and I hate to use the term I didn't fit, but it was like that, you know, I just didn't, it wasn't my vibe. I don't know. I'm not trying to be
it's not
picky,
a vibe,
but
it's just your spirit, like the way you are spiritually, like it just didn't fit your needs of what you needed to be met in the Lord, honestly. There's a vibe too, and I don't like to use the word vibe because it's like, God isn't a vibe.
Yeah.
You know, think about that. Think if you were talking to God right now, would you say that? Hey, man, you're a vibe. You know, like, to be honest, would you use it? No. So, I know. I like to think about it, but, like,
Nah.
if you do, you'd be like, yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Sounds kind of bad.
It sounds kind of bad. But, like, for me, it's a feeling, you know, it's a friendship, and that's what a lot of people get twisted with this. Yes, I know people have bad things happen. They say, oh, well, I prayed to God, and this didn't happen, and this didn't happen. Well, if you aren't doing what you need to be met in his needs, I mean, let's be honest. If I'm your friend, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying, hey, man, I need a ride. I need this. I need this. I need this. I need that. And all you can do is just say, hey, I can only help you at these certain times. It's like the same as, you know, being with God. You're like, oh, I can only do it a certain amount of times. I can only help you. I can only be with you at this, you know, at this time because it's convenient for me. Mm-hmm. Think about that. I mean, how convenient is God? God is, and, you know, I don't mean to make it about God like that, but it's like, that's what helps me and what drives me and most of my motivation and everything, you know?
Yeah.
And I you know, a lot of people will disagree on that, and they'll say, well, they always have a rebuttal, or they'll say, oh, well, you did this or you did this. Well, nobody's perfect.
Right.
And I don't try to be perfect. I don't try to misconstrue God's word or just misconstrue. You know, like, you know, sorry.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't try to do all that and just you live and be like, oh, well, I know God, so then I can live like this and then forgive myself. That's not how it works.
Yeah, and it's definitely a challenge. I mean, I feel like the closer I become to God and the more I, like, pursue it, the more at peace I am. Mm-hmm. It definitely doesn't subdue all my questions.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm always going to have questions, and I feel like sometimes we're just not going to know the answer.
Exactly.
Not here on this earth, at least.
No,
but
amen.
I don't know. It's just, I guess me getting invited to that church kind of got the ball rolling, and I just got on Google and Googled searched Christian churches in my area and found one, University Christian Church in Manhattan, Kansas.
Yeah.
I just showed up one day, and they just welcomed me in like family, you know, great people.
And that's how you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the first time I was there, I was like, oh, yeah, like,
dude,
this
that's
is it.
what happened to me at Radiant, so that's awesome.
Yeah, and it wasn't huge. I mean, they had 3 services on Sunday, but it was big enough to where, you know, everyone kind of has their own, like, you know, preferences on stuff, and not that that should get in the way of the message, but it's just, like, kind of initial comfort for me, I guess. So, like, for me, it was big enough to where I could come in, I could sit down, I could listen, and if I didn't want to be, like, bombarded by people, I didn't have to be.
Yeah.
You know, like, you could walk up to someone and start talking, and they would talk to you, but if you just kind of walked in and walked out, that's cool. Yeah. Like, you know, whatever.
You don't want to be just pushed. You felt pushed, you know, and that's a good thing because that's what happens with a lot of people. They feel pushed, or they feel like people are saying, well, you need to do this right now. You have to do it right now, or your life's not going to change. And yet, it can be over time. Even my own pastor has said it could be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5. But as long as you're trying to pursue him, at some point God will click to you.
Yeah. You just
No
gotta keep
matter what,
asking.
no matter what, he will. As long as you're pursuing, though.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not and you're just saying, yeah, God help me and praying, no, that's not gonna help.
Have you seen the show The Chosen?
My wife watches it. I don't personally watch too much. My problem is I watch One Piece, which our prophet said to us one night. He said, just preaching out of nowhere. He doesn't know what I watch, but I feel like the show One Piece is demonic because, I mean, let's be honest.
One Piece?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Well, it's an anime, and I mean, let's be honest. It's the name of the powers they get from the powers they have is called devil fruit.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know, but
jeez.
dude, it's so entertaining. Like, I love the main character. He's awesome. I've never actually, and that's why sometimes I think I really do need to get out of it because I've never idolized, and I don't idolize him, but because there's no idol other than God, but I do like him a lot to the point where it's like, dude, I would want to be like him, and I don't want to be like anyone else besides God or myself, you know. And so that's one of those things where I think that prophet, he said that show you've been watching, you know, you don't need to be watching it. He said that, bro.
Really?
Dude.
Well, I'd say, like, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen it, but kind of along those lines, I feel like anything in moderation, at least, like, if it's getting to the point where it's consuming your thoughts, consuming your dreams, you know, you're thinking about it all the time, whatever it could be, that's where it's, like, too far. Like, you know, for me, it's no secret I'm a huge Star Wars nerd.
Bro,
but sometimes, like,
you think
it's
you're a Star Wars nerd.
developed.
I was born before you, so I like Star Wars before you like Star Wars. Now, you might like it a little bit more obsessively than I do, but I love me some Star Wars.
Yeah.
Bro. Now, a lot of people don't realize how much of a nerd I am because I'm ripped and stuff. Like, no, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, when I tell a lot of people I like anime or, like, even when, like, some people, they're like, wait, you are just full of surprise. I literally had someone say that to me the other night. They were like, bro, you're full of surprises.
That's
like,
hilarious.
What? I was like, oh, bro, you know nothing about me. I said, I like to go mudding. I like to ride motorcycles, dirt bikes. I love Star Wars. I love anime. You know all about me.
Yeah.
You know, you grew up with me. But it's like, if you don't grow up with me, a lot of people don't realize who I am and how I actually am. Like,
Well, and the best part is like, you're not ashamed of anything, and no one should be. I mean,
I flaunt it.
I learned it, you know, kind of early on that, like, everyone has things that they're good at. Everyone has things they enjoy.
Yeah.
And it's critical that there's differences between people. Like, if everyone was good at one thing and one thing only, this world would not function. Like,
How could it? Think about that. So if you weren't good at any other thing, think about it. All you could do was one thing. Think about all the things in this world that you could do, mountain biking, from skydiving to, you know, anything like that. I mean, working even, any job, anything like that, bro. Think about it. And if you could only do one of those things your rest of your life, so think about it. People that want to skydive, that'd be their profession. They could make money.
Well, that kind of reminds me of, like, you know, Tom Brady and football. I mean, I don't have much of an opinion on it, you know, whatever, but that guy, man, he loves football, man. That's all he does.
That's all he does.
Like LeBron James, you know, he's been in the NBA for longer than he's not been in the NBA. He spent the majority of his life in
playing
the NBA.
a game. Think about that. Playing a game. Making the money. But now at this point, what if it's to the point where he's overtaken to where he has to play? I mean, I don't believe in all that crazy conspiracy, Illuminati, all that, but there is some dark stuff going on. You know that. I mean, it's right in front of your face. It's on TV. It's everywhere.
Undeniable.
I mean, undeniable. So what if he's just at the point where he has to do all that stuff? I mean, he's King James, bro. I mean, he's got to be known. He's got to be good. He's got to keep playing, bro. He's got to, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of, James he's still slamming on people, but, like, Brady, it's kind of sad, man.
You
like,
can
the
see
past
him
couple
going
years,
down.
he's just declined, man.
Well,
he's just not the same.
Bro, it's honestly ego.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't realize, or they start to realize, and then when they start to realize their ego isn't who they are, they're like, this isn't me.
Too far.
It's too far now, and then guess what happens? They're like, well, he doesn't want to be with us no more.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, my opinion doesn't account for much, but
none of ours do.
I feel like if he, he went to Tampa Bay because people were saying, "Oh, you're only winning because of
You're the
Bill
Patriots."
Belichick or
No,
the
that's
Patriots
literally
in
why
New
he
England."
did it.
So he goes to Buccaneers,
wins one.
wins the Super Bowl. If I'm Tom Brady, I'm
Moving.
out.
I'm out. I'm not staying another year.
I'm already undeniably the best ever.
But probably why he lost his wife. On God. He went back.
Oh, it is for sure.
Why would you go back, bro? You said you're going to retire. But guess what that is? It's Hollywood.
Gronk did it.
Yeah.
Gronk pieced out. Now he announces and does commentary and halftime shows. Chilling.
Happy. Loves his wife. They make videos and stuff. Bro, happy. But
Like
what if that's Hollywood for him?
I mean,
what if he's so far into Hollywood? I mean, his wife is a model. Or he's so far into Hollywood that you can't get out. You
they're
just
already
got
divorced.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. But now it's like, well, I guess sort of say ex-wife, But it's like, what if you're just so far in that you just can't get out, bro? Like a lot of people, it's not. I know it sounds conspiracy-like, but it's like there's truth in that darkness, bro.
Yeah.
There's darkness that controls people, and when you get so big.
Yeah, it's hard to stay humble. I mean, especially for him, I couldn't even imagine. I mean, it's hard to stay humble in my own life. I'm just a regular guy.
7 Super Bowls or 6? 7. Yeah, because he broke the record. He broke the record.
7.
It was 6.
I know he has more Super Bowls than most teams do.
Yeah. Think about that. He said, "I got more Super Bowls than you could even think."
Than your entire team.
Your entire franchise.
Ever.
He said, "Ever. We'll get in these next 100 years, probably even."
Would you rather be a professional athlete, a singer, or an actor? If you could choose.
I would actually choose to be an actor. Just because the strain on your body and what it can do mentally to you as a football player.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you say athlete, though, are you choosing sport or
I mean,
does it matter what sport?
Which sport would you choose?
If I could choose a sport, it would probably be soccer.
Really?
Yep.
Do you have a team in mind you want to play on?
Manchester.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. I mean, I
That's
definitely
Frederick
say
for you. Shout out Frederick Winkler.
Oh yeah, Fred.
My boy.
I definitely would say football, but that's just me. I just love
Bro,
football.
I like football. I was gonna say love. That was what that was, guys. That love, Yeah, I was gonna say love and like at the same. But anyway, I like football, but nah. After old boy right here, I've lost so much in what I can do, and I've worked it out. I've done every squats and one-legged everything, and it just you'll never get it 100% back like you had it, and it just always makes me so mad that a little sport that really wasn't even meant to be what my life was about did this.
Yeah.
And that it doesn't hurt, but it just makes me mad at that sport. It's like this sport hurts people. Like it seriously makes people die even years in their 40s just because their brain or something like had an issue or something like that and just shut down because of being hit so much. Like yes, it's a fun sport. It's fun to watch, but if you truly think about humanity, bro, we're cruel to one another.
Yeah.
Like we watch people hit each other, grown men.
And cheer it on.
We watch MMA fighting, which, hey, shout out Derek, too. But, like, I'm not saying it's wrong. Make that money. Make your cash. Do your thing. But it's like, if you think about it morally, it's like we're savages as human beings.
Yeah, for sure.
We're savages.
I think for me, it's just like the thrill of it. I mean,
it is. It's an adrenaline rush. You watch it, someone get knocked out. Trust me, I've watched it, too. You watch. But morally, I'm just like, look at us. We're betting on this. Like, hey.
Take 2.
You really brought up the clapboard, bro.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Well, going along with that, I think what I've been trying to do is not speak negatively. So, like, in trying to be a good person, a good man.
Yeah.
Trying to reword stuff to positive lighting instead of
huge.
Negative.
That's huge.
So this doesn't necessarily pertain to me, but an example, like if someone was trying to quit sweets, instead of saying, I'm not going to eat any more sweets, you reword that into, I'm going to eat healthier.
Yes.
So instead of talking about what you can't, won't, shouldn't, what you going to, what you will, should.
Yes.
And
that actually changes how it works, because how I started working out, last year for the full year, instead of stopping and not doing it, was I told myself, I was like, wow, where it started was I was 24, never had energy, bro. You know me, always full of energy. I didn't even want to go to work, hated work, didn't want to be there, just just drowsy, bro.
yeah.
I was like, you know what, Faith? I literally said this. I was like, I got to start working out and change my diet, stop eating sugar, and stop doing this. And I did. And,
How do you feel?
oh, man, I wake up happy. I'm not just like, I don't have the BGs anymore, ever. I used to have the bubble guts nonstop, bro. Stomach always hurting, just.
Well, people underestimate the importance and the effect of just exercise.
And diet.
And it doesn't have to be anything crazy.
No.
I mean, for me, like my knees, my knees are bad. I have asthma, so I can't go run 4 miles. I'm not going to do that. But
I'm not going to do
but I can still go walk.
Yeah.
And I can still go, my girlfriend and I went to Sky Zone and jumped around. And I was sweating, but it's just the fact of getting up and being active is what's important.
Yeah, I feel you, dude. It's if a lot of people always, when I tell them to work out, they think it's like, oh, come exactly, just do what I do.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, no one's gonna push you like that.
And another thing too is like, and I have my fluctuations of heavy in the gym and then kind of, chilling out for a bit. But sometimes I feel like a prescribed period of time for rest is necessary.
You have to have it.
But, if I tell people, like, oh, you should come to the gym with me, I'm not trying to make you feel bad about yourself.
No,
I'm not trying
that's
to
what they
insult
always
you.
think.
I want you to experience this
high
that I have, this great feeling. It feels great.
Yeah, like, dude, I didn't have this confidence. I didn't have this high, bro. And, like, I hate that women look at me now more confidently because I have my wife, but it did make me more attractive. So now it is something where women do notice it. And I want that for people that don't have women, but I want them to have that to where they can find good women, not just find women and just keep, I want that for my friends that, could find a good woman and actually settle down and figure out that, like, a good woman really does help your mind, if you find the right one. It doesn't mean, you have to sit there and just, be like, okay, I got to make her right. I got to make her this way. I got to make her that way. No, let her be herself and find your true colors. In my aspect, I got lucky. In all honesty, I got lucky. I found a godly woman, bro, that truly loves me, that doesn't think about mischievous things and doesn't lie about me, where she's going, doesn't have men over, like, truly loves the God so much that I'm the only thing she sees.
Damn. That's amazing.
That is the hardest thing to find in this world, in this day and age. I tell people that, and people are like, what? And I had people trying to go against that the other night I was hanging out with. They're like, yeah, but no woman's really that loyal, bro. They can say that and they can do this. I'm like, bro, you truly don't know a devout Christian woman.
Right.
And that's the devil coming out of you speaking that because you just want me to go against it and think the wrong thing.
Well, I think it's also what you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
I mean...
And that's why I said I'm never hanging out with them again, because you really wanted to tell me to go against my wife, technically, and that she doesn't love me.
Nah.
My wife loves me so much, bro. Like, I mean, she loves me so much, bro. I mean, it's to the point where sometimes I'm like, how obsessed with me are you? Like, not in a bad way, but I'm like, I love you, but dang,
it's just
you
like
really
amazing
love
that
me.
she's very so devoted.
Oh, bro, I mean, all about me. I mean, I'm all about her too. I'm not saying this and like I'm not the same way. I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, that's how much my wife loves me. And for those people to try to diss my wife like that, and not really dissing her, but in a way it felt like it.
I think it just comes with, growing and maturing. And there's nothing. Well, let me put it like this: I'll never say I'm done learning.
Yeah, you never.
Always
bro,
something to
I
learn.
learn something new every day.
And like one thing that I learned about myself over the past couple months is like I was saying before about how everyone has things they're good at and they're struggle with, and it's not bad. It's just
everyone does.
Realizing your weaknesses is not a bad
actually
thing.
a strength.
It's great.
It's actually a strength.
It's a great thing.
Yeah. It seems like with that was what I'd call, I'm no psychiatrist and I'm no, doctor or anything, but from, just experience of my own brain and just who I am, You're just kind of having an identity crisis of where you truly want to be and how you want to be. Because you struggle. Well, I mean, you don't struggle with who you want to be. You know where you want to be, but you have this kind of like, is this what I should do?
You know, sometimes you have a mental switch
Yeah.
that changes your behaviors.
Yes.
But sometimes you have to change your behaviors,
Yep.
and then your mental will switch. Because, I
That's a
mean,
good
I've had
one.
those moments before
That's a
where
good
it's
one.
like, it just clicks in my head.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and
oh
then
my
you're
gosh,
done.
like,
Yeah, cool.
I have to start doing
Yeah.
this or
Yeah.
stop doing this, whatever
Yeah.
it may be. And then other times it's like, you know, in my heart of hearts, I know, like, this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
And I have to, like, just force myself
Yes.
just to behave like that.
Yep.
And then over time, you know, my mindset will start to rotate
And
to,
you'll
to that
see
direction.
it. Yes, it's called that, and it becomes a habit. So then it's not hard for you anymore, and you're like, it's not a struggle. Like me, I don't fiend for cigarettes or nicotine no more.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I could drink and still not. I just don't fiend for it as much as I used to. I used to be so like crazy into that, and I'm like, wow, feels good not to just be like, I gotta have it. You know, I need it.
I'm at the point now where I barely drink
That's good. That's even
socially. If
better. I
anything.
mean, every once in a while, and I even trying to get away from that. You know,
Well,
and
it's like I said, I feel like anything in moderation is okay.
yeah, and that's what I believe. But moderation always turns into more than moderation because one drink turns into
Well, that's
17.
where discipline comes into play.
That's where you, and I do have very good discipline only when it comes to just who I'm around, and that's why I only want to be around certain people, because even if I'm around those certain people that don't even want to drink like that, then I won't drink. And when, even if I'm around those people that are having a couple drinks, it's not wrong because God says not to get drunk. He doesn't say,
Yeah.
you know, not to.
Well, Jesus drank wine.
Well, yes, but
Not
their
trying to- not
wine,
trying to be
their
like,
wine,
oh,
was, I know,
well,
their
oh,
wine was a
but-
little bit less.
It was
you know,
more like that's just what they drank.
yeah, it was. Even children could drink their wine.
Yeah,
they
it
said,
wasn't a party favor.
Exactly. You know, if I'm gaming, it helps me after work. If I was gaming, you know, and I was just kind of like, but the problem was, dude. Even when I was doing that in my mind, I was still thinking, this isn't right, bro. Look at me. I could be sleeping, getting good rest. You know, I just hit a nice lift, did all this good stuff. Staying up is not going to help my sleep schedule and my body. You know, but your body's got to rest.
That kind of just brings me back to a time
Yeah.
when I was trying to find hobbies.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, I tried everything, bro. Like, I tried gaming. I tried doing car stuff.
Yeah.
I tried, you know, the car meets and all
Yeah.
that stuff. I tried building stuff, gym consistently. And it was really hard for me to find, like, a hobby that I just absolutely loved. And I feel like this production stuff is the closest I've felt to that,
Yeah.
which is cool. And, you know, it's good. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like just occupying yourself with good, positive hobbies is just a great way to pass your time. You know, I try not to just lounge around and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. I love movies. I love to watch shows. But I don't, you know, I used to game a lot. But I don't want to get up at, you know, 8 in the morning and game for 12 hours.
Bro.
And then I feel like I did nothing that day.
I did. I used to start. That's what, you know. I work at 2:30. If I want to go in at 2:30, if I want to, but I go in at 2 so I can get off at 10:30. But anyway, but like that's what I was doing. I would just get up in the morning, let the dogs out. You know, hey, go pee, go do your thing. You know, and then what do I do? All right, let's go play the game. I ain't got nothing else to do till 2. All right, it's 11, maybe 12. Let's go take a nap, little power nap. My life was just so basic.
Yeah, it's not easy. I
not.
mean,
Yes.
finding a hobby and getting into it, and especially nowadays, everything's so expensive. Like, to really get into something, you know, if you want to get into the car scene,
Oh, bro.
shit.
You better be willing to pay some money. You
Or
better be willing to go through a
motocross.
divorce.
Motocross, you know, I'd say probably the least expensive hobby is like gym. I mean, you see guys that are just like gym 24/7, and I admire it, you know.
Well, that's not cheap, bro.
No.
Gym is not cheap. I'll tell you that right
It
now.
depends on how extreme you take it. I
Oh,
feel like
no.
if you get like the basic membership,
Well, yeah.
then
But
whatever,
see,
but
I
if-
take gym extreme, but I'm not extreme to where I want to look like those crazy people, bro. And all those people are like, "Oh, take this, you get, bro." You guys are on stuff. Your guys are not just natural, bro. I hate that so much that these influencers act like they're so natural. Show me one influencer, give me their blood, test it, and tell me right now one influencer that isn't on something they shouldn't be.
I don't know.
Like, think about what natural truly is. Just diet, like what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what I'm doing. Bro, I got all this natural, and people are like, whoa.
Do you think, like, where does the line drawn from natural? Because that's where I feel like it gets blurry nowadays. Like,
Well, that's
is
the thing.
taking supplements where
Supplements
it's drawn the line?
yeah,
or
because
is it juicing?
well, think about it. Creatine's a natural thing already in your body,
Right, I agree.
so that's natural.
I agree.
Protein, everything in the protein, most of that stuff in your body already. The vitamins, all this in your body already. Natural.
I agree. What do you think about testosterone?
Testosterone, no.
I agree.
We build testosterone. Bro, work out your legs. You'll build enough.
I agree.
That's it.
I think
We just don't want. We want to be quick. Everyone wants to show off.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be the next influencer.
the longest I've gone, or I guess the most I've done, is whey protein and creatine. And I'm not like
That's it.
swole patrol, but I think that I'm a strong guy, and
Yeah.
I don't even take pre-workout. I told you that.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Never have. I've never even drank an energy drink in my life. Never.
You're lying.
I swear. I drink a lot of soda, but energy drinks, no. I drink coffee, but like a Monster, a Red Bull. Sure, I've had like sips, but I've never had
Drank one.
like a full. I've never got a full can of energy drink and drank the whole thing. Never. The most I've done is had like a vodka Red Bull that my friend bought for me at a bar, and I drank it, and that's the most Red Bull I've ever had.
I can't tell you how many energy drinks I have consumed. And my body's full of energy without it. So imagine me with it. It is insane. It is like, what is wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
legit, bro. Like, I am wired.
I don't know. Never have.
I don't drink them anymore. Like I said, I don't do any of that stuff. Like, I don't drink any of that shit anymore. But, like, I don't. It's like, they're so bad for your heart.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
so just, and then like all the sugar, bro. People don't realize that's why everyone's so tired and pissy all the
Well,
time.
that's my weakness. I'll say is sugar. As far as like soda, my girlfriend gets on my ass about it all the time.
Get
but
off
I
of
love
it.
Pepsi. Like
Dude.
I
I
could
mean,
drink
I'll
a
have one
Pepsi.
here and there.
I could drink one every
There.
single day.
Oh, bro, see, that's where you're messing up.
I don't because she doesn't let me,
Right?
but I would.
Bro, don't
Man.
get off the soda. It doesn't matter if it's, bro. I have one maybe every couple months.
Really?
Bro, I used to drink Mountain Dew. Bro, I used to have 2 different flavored 12 packs of Mountain Dew in my fridge at all times. Gaming
yeah.
till freaking 2:30, almost 3 in the morning. Probably have 6 of them down. Just freaking 6 voltages and maybe a freaking Code Red or a
Yep.
Live Wire.
Yeah.
And just
That was me when I was 17, man. I remember, like, because I had a job and I just would game, and I would go to, there was a grocery store right next to where I worked at TJ Maxx. And so I'd get off of work and I'd go and get a 24-pack, and then you could get a 24-pack from Mountain Dew for like $6.
Yep.
And so I'd go get a 24-pack, come home, and I'd sit like 2 inches away from the screen and just game till 3 in the morning. But, I mean, looking back, I was 17,
well, you gotta
so
enjoy that stuff.
it
Yeah,
is
be
what
a
it
kid,
is,
bro.
you
That's
know?
your body's used to something like that. That's what kids do, really.
And there's worse things that I could be doing than sitting in the
In
house,
playing
the game.
Exactly. So
Well, I heard someone talking about this one time, and it was interesting to me, and it kind of had a new perspective for me on video games. How like men, that's like a safe spot for them. Like
Yeah.
some people can just go to the game, kind of empty their mind, and it's like a safe place for men to just kind of game it out, and it's just they're not gonna get into trouble.
Exactly.
They're playing the game.
Exactly.
So, like I said, if we're doing it all the time,
Yeah, you're
But
probably
if you go
messing
to it to
something
kind of blow off some steam, kind of just get away for a bit, I get that too.
Yeah.
Everyone needs that.
you have to have that. I mean, sometimes it's even in marriage, bro. Like a lot of people don't realize. Like my wife loves being around me, loves it. I'm her best friend. She's my best friend. We love being around each other. I mean, that's what it is. But sometimes I'm like, bro, you gotta get away. Like sometimes I'm just like, bro, you just
I need my space.
I need my space. And I go veg out, and I haven't been playing the game often because I already maxed out on Call of Duty. I did that like the first month.
What's
that we
your
had
favorite video game of all time?
I don't really have one, honestly.
What's the first
really-
one that came to your head? If you had a top
man.
favorite couple, even.
Devil May Cry, which is a bad one. It's not a bad one, but it was just always a good one on the PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2 is good.
It was always just a go-to.
I just had my 10-year anniversary on a video game that I've been playing consistently for 10 years.
And that is
Clash of Clans.
oh no way.
Oh yeah, bro.
10 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 10 years, bro. I started playing it when I was 13. I'm 23 now. Yeah. I mean, there was periods of time where I would stop playing for a year or so, and then I would pick it back up. So I'm not as advanced as I could be right now. So I'm a max Town Hall 12 right now. And back when the game was created, Town Hall 10 was like the cap, the limit. But they just came out with the Town Hall 15. So it's one of those games that it's like GTA where it's
You
never
gotta
going to
grind
end.
for your whole entire life.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much.
I mean, if you upgrade one thing, it takes like a week,
Yeah.
you know? And it's just one of those things where that's kind of where I get away to. Like, I can just look at this little tiny village.
Yeah, and you're like,
And
I
I'm
made
like,
that.
yes, this is 10 years of hard work. And then I'm like, wow, this is sad.
I'm dying.
But I love it.
So this is 10 years of hard work.
I love it, though.
No, that's awesome. That's dedication, bro. That's not actually anything to look down on. It's actually something to look up on, because think about how many people could do something dedicated for 10 years in their life. Think about how many people truly do that a lot. Think about it. Truly think about that.
Yeah. Another reason why I love it is because it's not one of those video games where you have to like sit down and this
Be
is
invested.
what I'm doing, you know, like for a
Yep.
console or PC, you have to be there doing
Invested
it,
as heck.
turn it
You
on.
just-
Like, you know, I could be in line at, you know, somewhere for a drink or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up my phone real quick, kind of check it, open it, you
So
know.
don't want to look too nerdy.
click the
Girls are
coins.
around. Girls are around.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just kidding.
My girlfriend's watching. But click
I'm just not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just a
no,
joke
yeah.
in the humor.
click the gold and the elixir, you know, and then put it back in my pocket and then whatever.
Yeah.
So it's cool, but I love it, dude.
Dude, I would love that too, honestly. Like, I have this game now I just downloaded. It's called, man, what is it? It's called Survivor, and it's .io. I don't know if that's actually the name.
I don't know.
Bro, it is addictive.
Games are
Like,
fun, man.
The other
I love
night,
games.
the other night I'm sitting in bed. I was like, hey, babe, switch me sides so I can plug my phone in and play my game so, you know, my phone's not dying. It's like 11 maybe, bro. I was up till almost 2 in the morning playing this game, and I was like, I'm just going to play for a little bit, bro. I was up till 2.
Yeah, it's
I
one of
couldn't
those things
stop.
where you're playing the game and then you look over at the clock and you're like,
You're like,
What?
You're like, nah. You're like, mm-mm. I didn't just do that. I'm like,
Yeah.
good thing I go in at 2. But like,
I mean, my girlfriend now, she living with the woman is fun, but
don't lie to me.
it's different.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm just kidding. I love it, but there's times
You
where-
said it, not me.
I'm
You said
just
it, not
kidding. I'm
me,
totally
man.
kidding. I was totally kidding. I was totally kidding.
I mean, it's just different,
Okay,
man.
so
You got
what's
your
different
bachelor
about-
pad and you got your home.
You're home, bro. So what happened with me was I didn't realize I got my own gaming room, so that is my
So you're good.
domain.
That's your
hey,
man
you want to
cave.
come in there and
There better be a reason.
You know, yeah, hey, don't come in there worried about my clothes on the floor now, all right? Those are my clothes on the floor, all right? I'll put them in the basket when I want to put them in the basket, okay? That's how that works, all right? We ain't going to tell you, you can't come into my domain.
not doing this. This
Exactly.
is
We're
my
not-
area.
We're not doing this.
No,
Literally.
my biggest things, there's two things for me that like living with a woman that just blows my mind. It never fails. The first being, why is
Toilet
it my
seat?
responsibility to put the toilet seat down?
Bro, I knew it.
And she says, oh, well, if I go in the middle of the night and fall in the toilet, it's because you didn't put it down.
You better know how to swim.
All right, let me ask you this. Yeah. What if I go into the middle of the night and
And
piss
fall-
all over the seat? Whose fault is it?
Yeah.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
But if she falls in the water, it's still my fault.
Yeah. He's like, this is a lose-lose.
This is lose-lose.
That is a lose-lose. You know what? The hardest part for me was finding out that I'm a selfish person. That was my biggest thing. I was like, bro, I'm selfish.
Like with sharing or what?
Bro, not sharing. I'll give Faith anything. She can, bro, I don't even own a debit card. She controls all the money.
Okay.
Not like she just goes out. My wife does not just go
Yeah,
out and buy.
yeah.
She doesn't even like shopping.
Just
It's weird, right?
Split the workload.
Oh, bro, she doesn't like shopping. That's crazy. Like, seriously, she doesn't even like shopping. She don't go out and be like, oh, let me go buy this. She doesn't like shopping. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's good.
I got lucky. But that's what she always says. And I think it too.
For real.
But, like, you know, honestly, yeah, we just share, bro. Like, it's her. You know, like she can have whatever she wants whenever she wants it. Like I don't
That's
care.
the same way for us. I guess like the other thing for me is I'll be like, hey babe, where's my keys?
Yeah. Oh.
I put them where they go. Where's that? So you mean you put them where you want them to go?
Yes.
You know,
faith.
like
That's faith.
I put them where it goes. What is
Where
that?
is that? The key rack. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She got me a bowl to put my wallet, keys, chapstick in because she hates how I just come home and just take it out of my
throw it on the
pocket and
table.
just throw it on the counter
Yeah,
or the
on the
table.
table,
and- But for me, like when I was in a bachelor pad,
That's you. You know where it's at.
exactly. I come home, I put my wallet on the counter, my keys on the table,
Dude.
my chapstick on the dresser, and then when I go to leave, I'm like, boop, 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 boop.
I know
And
exactly
then-
where it's at. But
Yep.
when they move it, oh, bro, this has been many of days. I've been like, where is it? Where is it? And I'm
Yep.
like, Faith, you moved it. And I'm
Where's
like,
my slippers?
And then I have to be a little bit late for work than I wanted to be because I had to look for this thing. And I'm one of those people, I have to find it once I start looking for it.
Oh yeah,
I
me
have
too.
to. And if I don't, my whole day's ruined and I'm mad.
Oh, but
and
you should have
I'll
known
go
that's
off.
where it goes.
Mm. You hear that?
I'm gonna get hell for this later,
You know what?
but
I get
it
it
needed
too.
to be said.
You know what?
It needed to
I
be
do
said.
it too. My wife gives that to me too. So don't actually feel like you're the only one, and don't come at him because he did not do anything wrong. I get it
A
too.
lot of guys go through this.
I get it too, bro. I
is what
got
it
it
is.
too, and I was just like, bruh, it's my stuff.
My
if I
stuff.
want it somewhere,
Exactly.
I can put it somewhere.
What's the big deal, man?
Cute.
It's a counter.
It's a cat.
Like, it's keys.
That is me, bro.
Why
I'm
does it
like,
have to go on the ring or the rack or the bowl?
I'm like, what happens if I forget where they're at? And then I'm rushing, and then I just like,
well, the biggest thing too, like it's like you said, you know, if I have to go somewhere and she's not home and she moved my stuff and I don't know where it is, I call her, but she's at work, she's not answering the phone. Now I'm sitting here and I can't find my stuff. I'm
Getting
running
mad.
late, and now I'm getting pissed. And it's like
It sounds
I
just
don't want to
like
get
me.
mad at her, but
Yes,
it's like I'm
but
just
you
mad because I
get
can't
that.
find my stuff.
But then you start getting mad at her or something because you're like, oh, you moved it. But then you're like, oh, okay, I gotta love her. It's my wife. She put it in the right spot. Or my girl. She put it in the right spot.
But I
This is
will
what you
say,
want.
babe, I'll give you some credit. It is more organized. It looks better.
Anyway, what was I saying? I forgot. What was it about?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
well.
said it's a
Anyway, about the girls.
any relationship that you're pouring in as much as you're receiving,
Yeah.
it's just oh,
And
it's
you're
so
actually
great.
getting that back. Oh, dude, it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
best.
I mean, there's homies that I met in the army where it's like we're gonna
Be homies for life. Oh, my brother's got them too. Like you will have them, and those
Oh,
are the
yeah.
people I want to meet too. Because if they can be like that with you and show you that loyalty, they can show me the same in love.
Bellamy, Bizzo. I mean,
Oh, look at
Those
those
are my
names. Bro.
dudes.
Those names are also lit
I
too.
know.
Those sound so awesome.
yeah, me, Bizzo, and Bellamy lived in a crib together for like a year in Hawaii. It was
You
like
had
a
fun.
4-bedroom
Yeah, I think
crib.
you sent me a lot of videos with them. I remember.
just chilling.
Bro, you had good times. You used to send me them videos. I'm like, man, he's living up.
Double driveway,
Swear he's
carports.
living, bro.
It was fine, bro. But
Well, you gotta live how you gotta live, bro. You gotta enjoy life while you have the most of it too. You can't. A lot of people, bro, they just are so down. They're so just man. They want to live, bro.
yeah.
Gotta live, man.
Well, another thing that's scary to me
Not
about
too much, but
is getting sucked into that, climb the ladder system. What do they call it? Where it's like, work, go to college, get a job,
yeah,
progress 9 to 5,
yeah.
start a family, die.
That's all you do.
Like,
No, I don't live that way.
thanks.
Because if you do that, guess what happens? You're not satisfied. You're just fulfilling something that you thought you had to do.
Yeah.
You're not so
And
satisfied.
I guess for some people it may
anything.
work. Some people that's like,
Well, some
their
people it's
aspirations,
a
but
schedule thing, so they have to do it that way. But us, we're the type like me. I didn't know I could ride a Harley. I didn't even know I could ride a motorcycle. I knew I could ride a dirt bike.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was the same concept.
When did you start that?
Oh, bro, 3 years ago now, almost 4.
Yeah.
I just literally, bro, I started working at Budweiser. The kid I was working with, younger than me,
Yeah.
17, 18, I can't remember. Like, yeah, I got an R6, bro. I be riding it, yeah, popping, doing this and that. I'm like, what? This kid's younger than me, right? And that's not why, but I was just like, I've always wanted to ride. My brother rides. Like, why can't I learn? I just bought a bike, bro, and learned. I didn't know how to ride one.
There's a big bike scene out in Hawaii. My homeboy does it a lot. I've never ridden a motorcycle
Bro,
ever.
if you got into it, you would love it.
I just
You would love
I
it.
don't-
You would. You would say that, but you would. Bro, Mason, the person you are, you don't realize how much you would. I was
Well,
scared.
that's kind of why I don't want to do
I
it.
was scared. No, you think that, but you're a smart person.
Because I know, like, well, I'm just, I don't know.
I don't know.
You blowing my money, you know, like, I'm going to get on Craigslist and, like, scrolling for stuff. I do it enough I do it enough with guns. You know how many times I'll just, like, creep into well, not creep, I shouldn't say that, but, like, walk into Shields and just, like, look around the gun department, and I'm like, ooh. Like, I'm like, okay, enough. You know, look at my shirt. It's like,
look at my shirt.
The AR, you know, like, I love it, you know?
Bro, but that's the thing. Those kind of hobbies are the ones that make you love life and enjoy life.
Oh, yeah.
They're like riding, bro, the freest you'll ever be. I mean, like, you can be stupid while riding. I've been stupid while riding, and that's why I don't do that stuff no more, because I know the decisions and the things I will make regardless if I say I won't.
Yeah.
And that's how you have to know yourself and who you are, because if you can't know that about yourself, you're not really growing.
I think a big part of that, too, is, like, with anything, any decisions, any type of tough situation mentally where you're faced with these, you know, two decisions.
Yeah.
If you go into a circumstance with a preset decision,
you're going to do it.
You're 100 times more likely to stick to that path.
You are.
If you go into, you know, something thinking, well, I don't know, like, we'll see when we, you know, I don't know, and it could be relational, it could be, you know, whether or not you're going out tonight or whatever it is, like, you know, and it could even be something as simple as going to the grocery store. If you say, you know, I'm only going to spend $100 going into the store, you're going to spend $100. But if you go in there thinking, well, I'm going to try to keep it under whatever.
Keep it under, and then you're just going to like, well, damn, I do want this.
I get the Oreos.
Yeah.
You know?
Get out of here. He said, I got to get the Oreo. Double stuffed or just, you know, double stuffed?
He said, of course, double stuffed.
Oh, you got to go double stuffed. I mean, if you're going to get Oreos, you have to do that. Yep. Like, you can't just be like, you know, I'm trying to be, like, good. Like, no.
You know what's funny is we talked about Oreos on the last time I recorded.
Oh, well, that's because they're so
awesome.
Goated. They're goated.
You know there's no milk in Oreos?
What?
None.
That's why they're Milk's favorite cookie.
You can fact check me. Google it. Anything I say on the show, please Google it and roast me if I'm wrong.
Please. Don't. I'm just kidding. Don't.
But
no, I'm just kidding. Please.
I'm just talking.
No, that's hilarious. But I would not think that, honestly, with the you know, the cream filling and all that. You'd think there's some milk in there. That's why it's Milk's favorite cookie, because it don't have no milk, so it needs the milk. It needs the milk.
Yeah.
Bro, think about that.
Because I know that my cousin, he was like born allergic to milk, and he can eat Oreos as a kid.
Thank you, Oreo.
Yeah.
You did a blessing.
Which is crazy, because you'd think that it would just be loaded down with milk.
Literally, that's all I would ever think.
I don't know. I could be wrong. Fact check me. I'm just talking on this podcast. That's why I love it. You know, this is the funnest part of it. The worst part is just, like, going back and, like, editing.
Yeah.
And not that I edit too much out. It's more of just, like, the organization and getting all your files in order and matching the audio to the video, because you have to do all that. But that's I love it because you can do it on your own time.
Yeah, like, and you don't have to rush through it. It's calming to you more than it is a job, you know?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people have to realize about this stuff in the world that they do. Stop using it as, like, maybe a job. Start seeing it as something you actually are into.
You know, there's sometimes when I'll go through and I'll rewatch, you know, something I recorded, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, I really said that or whatever. It's not in a bad way. It's just kind of funny.
But it's just like, we're like, wow, like, that's awesome. Well, no, like, even going back and gonna see this, I'm like, wow, this is gonna be so
rolling.
We were, bro. We were just talking. And this is really cool, bro. Like, I've never thought, like I said, my coworker always said, bro, you should start a podcast or get on one. Like, you could really do it.
Well, if you want to do one, hit me up anytime. But it's been a pleasure having you on,
dude,
bro.
I appreciate it. It's been a great night. I never thought I'd be, like, so comfortable being on camera like this and just, like, talking to someone, but I guess it's something I'm natural at.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, you know, it's just us two sitting here now, but we don't even know who will watch.
Well, dude, one day, like, we'll have a bunch and we'll be like, man, dude, we're not even thinking about that. We're just talking.
You know, that's the best part is, like, you know, my girlfriend says I talk a lot, so now you can choose to listen to me or not.
Oh, he said I talk a lot, so guess what? If
you made it this far into the episode, then you choosing to listen to me, and thanks. You know, what can I say?
Hey, if you're choosing to listen to me, you definitely got some good ears. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, all right, bro.
No, boy. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
Good night.